Please silence or turn off your cell phone at this time if you have not done so already. Throughout the evening, there will be plenty of occasions to recognize your graduate through applause. Please listen to the directions of when to applaud and when to hold your applause. As the students know, this is a solemn occasion, and we appreciate your help in maintaining this atmosphere. We are delighted to have with us this evening the members of the class of 1969 and those who are 50-plus years. I invite you all to stand as we begin our commencement procession with our alumni.
were even formed, God knew you. While in your mother's womb, God named you. At your birth, God's breath filled you with life. Dear graduates, today we celebrate what you have become at this moment in time, and so we pray. Loving and gracious Father, you are with us on every step of our life's journey. We thank you for the gift of these graduates, the class of 2019 of St. Rose High School. We thank you for their enthusiasm, their awesome wonder and curiosity. Their contributions have blessed and challenges us, and we have become a richer and more diverse community because of them. We thank you for the opportunities and challenges these graduates were given in academics, in athletics, in the arts and sciences, in the many organizations and activities in which they have participated. We thank you for the bonds of friendship they have formed and the community they have experienced here at St. Rose. We thank you for the generous support of their parents, their teachers, and everyone who has been with them on this journey. Most of all, Lord, we thank you for the gift of a Catholic education, where these students have heard the call to grow in their faith, in their love for God and neighbor, and living the values of gospel discipleship. As these young women and men receive their diplomas today, and as we celebrate their many accomplishments and achievements, we ask you, Lord God, to continue to be with them. As they step forward into the world that awaits, comfort their fears with the knowledge of your divine presence. Strengthen their resolve to walk in the footsteps of Jesus as modern-day disciples in a world that needs their spirit. Guide their feet as they move through life, protecting them from the pitfalls of darkness, while they help to lead future generations into the warmth and promise of your light. Bless our graduates and all of us who gather this evening in joyous celebration, administration, faculty, staff, alumni, parents, and guests. Fill our hearts with gratitude for all that has been for the class of 2019, and for all that will be for them and for the future of St. Rose High School. We ask this in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Dylan Grow, Vice President of the senior class, will come forward and lead us in the pledge. It is my pleasure to present the valedictorian of St. Rose High School, class of 2019, Nico Landino.
Good evening, Monsignor Minister, Father Chris, Superintendent Tier, Principal Tenero, guest clergy, administration, faculty, staff, parents, friends, and soon-to-be graduates. Class of 2019, take a moment to look at the person on your left and right. See who's sitting in front of you and who's behind you. You've seen that face almost every day for 4 years now, and it's frightening to realize you will soon be leaving such familiarity. 1,365 days ago, we first walked through the doors of St. Rose High School. As incoming freshmen, we didn't know what to expect. We felt alone and disconnected. Nothing could prepare us for our next 4 years, but somehow, we made it through that foreign time in our new school, those faces became slightly less foreign. For me at least, sophomore year was when we began to grow more familiar with our classmates. The faces we saw every day became so much more than just faces. There were stories, laughter, nicknames, and most importantly, friends. In such a short amount of time, we created bonds that will support us through our high school years. Junior year was the most stressful. Our first year as upperclassmen came with many perks, but just as many challenges. We had to worry about SATs, ACTs, GPAs, recommendations, common apps, prom dates, and prom dresses. If it weren't for all the people sitting amongst us, we would have never made it through. Our relationships eased the difficulties and relieved our worries. Never forget these memories, because when the inevitable college stress comes around, we will know where to find a familiar face. After 3 years of work, we finally made our way to the top of the school. But just as quickly as it came, it is now coming to a close. Sadly, our time at the extremely special St. Rose High School is minutes away from ending. We anticipated and prayed for this moment to come all year, but now we're trying to stretch out a second. We were so ready to graduate, yet now we're scared. Why? Maybe it's because we know we may never be in the same building together, or maybe we don't think we can handle whatever is next. Isn't that how we felt freshman year? Didn't we make it? Class of 2019. I want you to imagine that you're back to your bright-eyed 5-year-old self. After a long, tiring day of playing, snacking, and napping, you flick on your TV to hear Christopher Robin's voice say, "You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." For a while, that line echoed through your head. But with age, it somehow got lost among all your seemingly more important memories. I'm positive that when you were watching Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh, you never expected their words to have such a strong impact on your high school graduation. It just goes to show that the lessons of your past are more significant than we think. As we take our first steps into the uncertain, reflect on all that you have experienced, endured, and accomplished, but don't trap yourself in the past. While it's necessary to value all that was, you must not allow the old to cloud the present and the future. Our new journey will be full of excitement and opportunity. Ahead of us is life, a long journey of choices and infinite possibilities, and the only obstacle on our way is ourselves. Ever since I was little, I was always told this fable about how a fox found a beautiful bunch of grapes. The fox's mouth watered as he gazed at the delicious fruit. But since the bunch hung from a high branch, the fox had to jump for it. He made several attempts, but came up short each time. Because of this failure, the fox no longer looked at the grapes with awe, but with disgust. Clearly, I was always told not to be like the fox. Never belittle that which is beyond your reach. But were the grapes beyond the fox's capabilities? The fox was so caught up with what he could gain that he never took a moment to reflect. Did the fox consider using his piercing claws to anchor himself into the bark of the tree and slowly climb his way up? No, he didn't. But he could have. Throughout life, there'll be many times when the situation at hand makes it challenging to think. Each of us is capable of so much. There's nothing in life that is beyond our reach. All we have to do is stop, think, and then act. Today is the first day we begin to lead a life that is solely our own. We have spent 12 years following a path that has already been carved out for us. But today we will begin to carve out a path that we choose to create. Our paths will have roadblocks and detours, but they will each lead to our own vision of success. If you spend your life learning from your mistakes, overcoming each obstacle that we face, and pushing through the difficult patches, eventually you will have the chance to look back and be proud of what you have accomplished. If you quit when at first you don't succeed, and choose not to recover after failure, then you will likely look back with regret. Although it may seem easier to give up, the reward that comes from perseverance will clearly outweigh the temporary relief of quitting. Each person that sits before me undoubtedly defines persistence. Not only have we already withstood so much, but we also have so much more to achieve. Class of 2019, take this moment to look at the person on your left and right. See who's sitting in front of you and who's behind you. You saw that face almost every day for 4 years, and now it's time to say farewell. Thank them for the lessons they taught you, and wish them the best of luck for their future. Tell them they're capable of accomplishing all that they desire, and tell them you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Thank you.
Class of St. Rose High School, class of 2019, to Nico Landino. Our salutatorian, Ryan Giro, gave his address at our senior awards night and baccalaureate pass held last Thursday evening. Ryan, please come forward to receive your salutatory award for the class of 2019. The Bishop R. Award is given to the student of exceptional Christian witness. The award is selected by our theology department. This young man has spent countless hours during his 4-year career in all that makes our school Catholic Christian. It is our pleasure to present this year's Bishop R. Award to Luke Grinnell. The St. Joseph the Worker Award recipient goes to a faculty or staff member who goes far beyond what is expected to assist the community of St. Rose High School. This recipient is selected by their peers. This year's recipient is a tireless worker who works to help the faculty and students on a daily basis. This year's recipient of the St. Joseph the Worker Award is Kevin Giddings. Models academic excellence and service to school and community. This year's recipient has worked continuously and quietly to be a model to his fellow students in both academics and service. For 4 years, he has been supportive, helpful, cheerful, and always enthusiastic. The Principal's Leadership Award is presented to Joseph Ersberg. The Sister Marie Antoinette Award for Excellence in Teaching denotes a teacher who demonstrates professionalism, competency, creativity, concern, dedication, and is a model of Christian values. This year's award is given to a dedicated faculty member who reaches her students on a daily basis. She helps students reach their true potential. Her passion for her subject matter is evident in everything that she does. This year's Sister Marie Antoinette Award for Excellence in Teaching is presented to Gracia Delgado Lala. At this time, I would ask our senior choir members to please come forward. They will join the rest of the choir to perform the song for you. Able to recognize the students' 4-year accomplishments. We begin with the award for outstanding improvement in 4 years. We have watched the student grow and mature into a fine student and community member. He has spent 4 years applying himself diligently to his academics. He has worked hard to develop study skills and a wonderful attitude towards schoolwork. He was able to harness his ability and motivate himself to continually improve his performance each year. This evening, it is my pleasure to recognize Connor Poor. Connor, please come forward. Many of you have worked hard and consistently through your 4 years. It is now my pleasure to award the summa cum laude for the highest average, and magna cum laude, the second highest average, in each individual academic area. Receipt of this award indicates participation at the highest level in each subject area for 4 years and maintaining the cumulative highest and second highest average. Theology, summa cum laude, Nico Landino. Magna cum laude, Brian Gira. Social Studies, summa cum laude, Jennifer Massey. Magna cum laude, Maria Wong. English, summa cum laude, Fiona Zincarano. Magna cum laude, Maria Wong. Fine Arts, summa cum laude, Matthew Pagano. Magna cum laude, Fine Arts, Darby Spina. Mathematics, summa cum laude, Nico Landino. Mathematics, magna cum laude, Samantha Nikos. French, summa cum laude, Maria Wong. Spanish, summa cum laude, Carmela Pescatore. Spanish, magna cum laude, Anna Nardelli. Latin, summa cum laude, Nico Landino. Magna cum laude, Abby Jacobs. Science, summa cum laude, Nico Landino. That was summa cum laude, science. Magna cum laude, Zachary Alsaga. At this time, I ask Mr. Tenero, St. Rose High School Principal, to please come forward to introduce our commencement speaker.
Jason Martin grew up in Neptune City. His father worked 3 jobs and his mother drove a St. Rose school bus while attending nursing school ensure their 5 children could receive a Catholic education. His parents instilled in him the importance of hard work and service at a very early age. He came to St. Rose via Holy Innocents Elementary School in Neptune. At St. Rose, Jason served as Student Council Executive Board President, was a member of the National Honor Society and Key Club, and lettered in cross country. He also played baseball and basketball and achieved the rank of Eagle Scout. He graduated with the class of 1993 and received a congressional appointment to the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. At the Naval Academy, Jason was the 180-pound plebe summer boxing champion. He was a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and took up the sports of skydiving, scuba diving, and triathlon. In 1997, he graduated with a BS in oceanography and was selected as one of 16 graduates out of a class of 961 to attend SEAL training in Coronado, California. In 1998, Lieutenant Martin completed SEAL training and served as SEAL Team 3 in Coronado, California, and Special Boat Team 20 in Little Creek, Virginia. He completed 2 6-month deployments to the Middle East following the embassy bombings in Kenya and Tanzania, and the USS Cole bombing in Yemen. He was a SEAL reservist and deployed a 3rd time in 2003 to Djibouti, Africa, for 1 year in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. While on deployment, he served as a lay minister and conducted Catholic services for all troops on base. Upon completing his naval service, Lieutenant Martin began a career in the medical device industry with the goal of delivering life-saving medical therapies to patients in the cardiovascular and neurovascular space. He has worked in sales, leadership, and strategic accounts management at Boston Scientific, Johnson & Johnson, and currently at Penumbra. In 2008, he and his wife were married at Ascension Church in Bradley Beach, where he grew up serving as an altar boy and lector. In 2010, they completed their MBAs together at Columbia Business School in New York City. Jason is a bone marrow donor, an Ironman triathlete, and a 2-time Marine Corps marathon finisher. He coaches his children's soccer, basketball, and baseball teams, and is a Cub Scout leader. He serves at the H.W. Mount Elementary School Field Day Coordinator and Booster Club Secretary. He is active in supporting the Naval SEAL Foundation and various other veterans service organizations, and was the guest speaker at the Spring Lake Memorial Day Parade this past year. In March, he was recognized by the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick Jersey Shore chapter as a Commodore Barry Award for his military and community service. Jason and his wife Carla, his children Anna and Landon, and their yellow Labrador Retriever Reggie have lived in Spring Lake since 2012. They are parishioners of St. Catherine's, St. Margaret Church, and members of the St. Rose High School 1923 Leadership Society, where they proudly support our school's endowment. And it is my honor to introduce Mr. Jason Martin, class of 1993.
Superintendent Joanne Tier, Principal John Tenero, Vice Principals Tim O'Halloran and Dennis Gary, administration, faculty, and staff of St. Rose, guest clergy, and thank you families and students of the St. Rose High School class of 2019, many of whom I've known for a long time. I'm so honored and so proud to be here with you graduates tonight. In a few minutes, I'll be sharing 5 lessons which I believe will help you not just over the next 4 years, but hopefully throughout the rest of your life. I'm a product of Catholic schools, and I owe a lot to my teachers, many of whom were religious sisters, and I know we have some of them here tonight. I get a kick out of my memories of them. I remember back in 6th grade, Sister Elsa told our entire school that her goal for that year was to beat the hell out of every single one of us. Of course, not literally. It did take a few months for us to figure that out, but even our parents were afraid of that statement. In the years that followed, though, my love for our sisters as teachers grew because of their dedication and my respect for the fact that they were never afraid to tell it like it is. This past year, my family and I attended all the state championship basketball games for our girls basketball team. How about them? At one of the games, there were 3 sisters sitting near us. And behind them sat 3 dads from the other team. Apparently, the sisters' veils were blocking their view, and these guys started to pester them, in hopes of making them move, I guess. In a very loud voice, the first guy said, "Hey, we should move to Utah. There's only 100 nuns there." And the second guy said a little bit louder, "No, we should move to Montana. There's only 50 nuns there." And the third guy, not to be outdone, shouted, "No, we should move to Alaska. There's only 10 nuns there, I bet." And then one of the nuns turned around and in a sweet, calm voice said, "Why don't all 3 of you go to hell? There's no nuns there." I will be at confession on Saturday. All right, so now that I have your attention, I have to confess, and the students have heard this before, I don't remember who spoke at my graduation. I don't remember what they said either, but maybe you'll remember that joke. So my bar today is very low. So you heard who I was. I'm not going to repeat any of that, but I think probably the students probably would like to hear some lessons more related to my military experience. At least that's what I was told. So I do want to mention, though, before I move on, that my wife Carla and my daughter Anna, my son Landon are sitting right over there. My kids would kill me if I didn't at least point them out to you. So, Mr. Tenero mentioned I did go to the Naval Academy and I boxed. I understand we have a future West Pointer in this class. All right, so I have a quick question for you. What do a Navy midshipman and a West Point cadet have in common? Any guesses? They both got accepted to West Point. Welcome to the rivalry. And thank you in advance for your commitment to our great country. Okay, so you heard a little bit about my past and how I ended up at St. Rose. One of the things a lot of people don't know about me, unless you're an alumni, you might have seen it in the newsletter, but my junior year, funds got tight from my parents, and they had to pull me out of St. Rose. and I went to another high school, public high school nearby. 5 days later, Sister Kathleen, who was my principal, called my family up and said that an anonymous donor had stepped forward and was willing to pay my tuition with a few conditions. So I gladly accepted that, and I came back. I spent the next year and a half there, and I graduated in the class of '93. At graduation, I got a card from that anonymous donor, and it just said, "Congratulations, wish you the best." And on May 15th of this year, 27 years later, I got my second card from them. And they had just said, "Hey, we've been following you. We love what you're doing. Congratulations. We're looking forward to hearing great things from you and your family in the future." And that was it. It was still anonymous. But anyway, I'm guessing that's why I'm here today, because a few years back, my family and I decided to give back as well and pay it forward. So yeah, I might have a kind of a neat background being a Navy SEAL, but I think what's more important is that as you graduate, like I did, that you never forget where you came from. All right, so I told you my goal today. The bar's a little low. My goal's simple. I'm going to give you 5 lessons to get you started on your path. And at a minimum, hopefully I'll do your parents a service and keep you from living in their basement for the rest of your life. All right, so here's lesson 1. Have a sense of purpose in everything you do. So why do people fail at goals they set? Because they don't have a sense of purpose. You need to find your passion. You gotta find what's gonna drive you when you're at your lowest point, when you're not sure you can go on. Like the needle of a compass, always pointing in the right direction, you need to have a sense of purpose. So when I was a SEAL, 9/11 happened, and from that day on, my platoon had a big poster of Osama bin Laden on our wall. Every target we trained with was an Osama bin Laden target. That was our guiding sense of purpose for the next 10 years. And eventually, the last person Osama bin Laden saw alive was a Navy SEAL coming through that door. And it wasn't me. In 2011, my platoon commander, Gus Kaminsky, one of my best friends, was dying of brain cancer. And that's when I did my Ironman. I was raising funds so that he could recuperate and do his treatment at home. I was about halfway through my training when Gus died. And from that point on, there was no way I was going to quit that race. So I put his name on my running shoes. I told everybody I could that I was going to raise $15,000 and I was going to do an Ironman. And we call that burning the boats. So remember this. Way back in 1519, when Cortez landed at Veracruz, the first thing he did was he burned the boats so that his men had no option of going back. When you find your sense of purpose, you commit yourself, and you take away any option of going back, you will be unstoppable. So now how do you do that? Lesson 2, assemble a great road crew. In other words, I like to call this creating your own personal advisory board. So, little secret about SEAL training. The easiest way to get someone to quit is to isolate them. SEAL instructors use things such as cold water, being wet and sandy, not sleeping for 5 days, physical and mental punishment, and mind games. And the end goal is to get the students to look inward. What gets the candidates through training isn't their toughness or their physical ability, it's their boat crew, their ability to operate as a team. So, great people don't do it alone. Starting today, start to think about 3 or 4 people. You can call it your boat crew, you can call it your advisory board, but start identifying people, grab invite them out and ask them to be a mentor. I would choose, these are the folks that when you're at your lowest point, let's say you're in school, you're having a bad week, bad day, these are the people that you're going to pick up the phone and call, and they're going to talk you through it, and they're going to help you get through it. All you need to do is make that one call or that text. You're going to have those moments. Never be afraid to ask for help. But I find the most successful people surround themselves with other successful people. And nothing is impossible with a good boat crew behind you. So if you have a sense of purpose and you have a good boat crew to support you, what's next? Lesson 3. Make good decisions and take immediate action on them. So in the SEALs, when we assault a building, we clear one room at a time. So the doorway is what we call the fatal funnel. All right, so in other words, you need to minimize the amount of time you spend in the fatal funnel. Because if there's a bad guy on the other side of that door, where do you think he's aiming? So we don't just burst into the room without a plan. We always have a plan, but we make very quick decisions. And when we make that decision, we act immediately on it. So you're adults now. You need to take responsibility for making good decisions. If you want to learn an easy tactic or an easy technique to making good decisions, try to perfect what we call the 5-second decision. So most of the time, and what this means is most of the time, if you make a decision within 5 seconds, you'll almost always choose the right path. Think about it. The alarm clock goes off. Do I snooze it? Wait more than 5 seconds? There's a good chance you're probably going to snooze it. Should I go out with my friends tonight, or should I study? Wait more than 5 seconds? There's a good chance you're probably going to make the wrong decision. Should I skip this class? How about I've had a few drinks? I think I'm able to drive. You all know, you see where this is going, right? 5-second decisions. If you start making 5-second decisions, you will make more good decisions. So once you got a sense of purpose, you have a good boat crew behind you, and you're confidently making good decisions, how do you stand out from the crowd? Lesson 4. Learn to operate outside of your comfort zone. So what makes SEALs, professional athletes, or anyone at the top of their field different from everyone else? Most of them constantly challenge themselves and push themselves to operate outside of their comfort zone. One more rep, one more mile, one more sail, one more chapter, whatever it is. There's a sign at SEAL training, and it says, "Be someone special." Ironically, it stands over all the helmets of everyone who's quit. Most people are afraid to try new things because they're afraid to fail. So they always take the safe path. Quitting becomes easier the more you do it. Failing becomes harder the more it happens to you. And fear is easily overcome the more you face it. So in the next 4 years, you're going to graduate, and eventually you're going to put a resume together, and someone like me, a hiring manager, is going to be sifting through a pile of resumes and hopefully interviewing you. But one of the things I noticed when I was a hiring manager is almost all the resumes look alike. If you want to set yourself apart from the pack, take the road less traveled. Take that internship in California, study abroad in Australia, maybe volunteer for the Special Olympics or be a ski guide or a river rafting guide. Backpack through Europe, hike the Appalachian Trail. You see where I'm going with this? Get out of your comfort zone and try new things. And I guarantee when you are going for that job, you're going to look very interesting, and the person who's interviewing you is going to say, "I want to meet this person." Okay, so I gave you 4 tools or lessons to be successful. But what about being happy? In my opinion and in my experience, if you want to be happy, lesson number 5, find a way to serve and be a great example to others. True happiness is not found in your bank account, or in the car you drive, or the house you live in. True happiness is gained from serving others. As a SEAL, I had a million opportunities to serve. It wasn't just serving our country. Everywhere we went, we made a special effort to interact with the locals. We fed babies at the orphanage. We treated patients at Doctors Without Borders facilities. We built schools, fixed roads, and delivered clothing to local villages. And we attended church and we prayed together while we were there. When I got out of the military, you heard that I went into healthcare. Again, the most important thing to me was to have a sense of purpose, and I wanted to be able to serve again. And I'm able to do that in my current job. So I found happiness in giving back. I encourage you to do the same. Don't wait till you graduate. Don't wait till you have a job. Do it now. There's always some way you can serve. Okay, home stretch. I have one last story I want to share. And this story, hopefully for you, illustrates the special place that St. Rose is, and always will be for me. So while I was a student, I got in a little bit of trouble, and I let a lot of people down who had trusted me and believed in me. I was a little down on myself, and 2 gentlemen, both school custodians, found me in the hall and pulled me aside. Joe Lacoste was the father of my friend Sarah. He was one of them, and he's since passed. The other was a gentleman named Gene Murray. We called him Gino. So Gene said to me, he said, "Jason, hang in there. Things will get better. Let me give you a little bit of advice." He said, "When I was younger, I didn't get in trouble every time I was out partying, but every time I got in trouble, I was out partying." So I learned a valuable lesson about responsibility from that man, and his advice is relevant even today. The decisions you make today, tonight, and tomorrow will and can affect not only you, but also your friends and your loved ones around you. So be responsible for your actions. I invited Gino to join us here tonight. Gene, will you please stand up? So, Gene, thank you for getting me through a difficult time 27 years ago. I know numerous other stories and other people Gene has helped through the years. Ask Mr. Joyce. I think he can tell you a few of them. Gene's been an unbelievable person, and 27 years later, I haven't forgotten. That's what made my experience at St. Rose so special. It's why I'm here today. So before you leave tonight, make sure you give a big hug and a thank you to your administration, your faculty, and your staff. They put your Catholic education before their paychecks, and from what I've seen over the last year, they've done a tremendous job. Remember to thank your parents too, for the gift of your Catholic education, and for their continued investment in your future. St. Rose High School class of 2019, I'm sure your high school years were great. Your next 4 will be even better. And I promise you, every year after that will be even better than that. This chapter may be done, but your book isn't finished yet. Make it a great one. I'm incredibly proud of you. I'm honored to be here today. Go out there and be someone special, and never, ever forget where you got your start and who helped you get it. Congratulations.
Our graduates, and I'm glad 2 of my boys are here, and thanks for sharing with them also. It's my pleasure to introduce to the class of 2019 the Superintendent of Schools for the Diocese of Trenton, Joanne Tier.
Good evening to all, as we recognize and celebrate St. Rose High School class of 2019. Numerous individuals have gathered today and are filled with joy and boundless pride. Your parents, grandparents, family and friends, Monsignor Armstrong, Father Chris, yes, clergy, yes, religious, Mr. Tenero, members of the administrative team, faculty and staff, all salute you. St. Rose graduates have been recognized as people to invest in and have been awarded over $22 million in scholarships and grants. Congratulations. As we reflect on your classes over the past 4 years, we may recall a class in which students were asked to list what they thought were the present 7 wonders of the world. There were some disagreements among the students, and in the end, these items obtained the most votes. The pyramids of Egypt, the Taj Mahal, the Grand Canyon, the Panama Canal, the Empire State Building, St. Peter's Basilica, and the Great Wall of China. In the class, there was a student who had not yet finished. The teacher asked if she was having difficulty, and the student replied that she couldn't make up her mind because there were so many. And the teacher replied, "Tell us what you have, and maybe we can help." The girl hesitated and then said, "I think the 7 wonders of the world are to see, to hear, to touch, to taste, to feel, to laugh, and to love." The room was silent. The things we overlook as simple and ordinary and that we take for granted are truly wondrous. With immersion in life's experiences, you may find that wisdom can be elusive with the noisiness of daily happenings. Remember that the most precious things in life cannot be built by hand or purchased. They are gifts from God, as you are a gift from God. As you graduate, I wish you wisdom that transcends knowledge. Wisdom to know that you matter on life's journey. A journey filled with joy and disappointments, failure and regret, exhilaration and confusion. Through it all, you matter because you are a miracle created by God. In His infinite wisdom, He knew that you are to be an integral part in the lives of others. You have a purpose in this world that only you can fulfill. Embrace the freedom to know that with imperfections and flaws, during this time of becoming and making mistakes and having self-doubts, there is perfection in the process, and you are loved unconditionally. Find beauty in simple things. Experience the life-giving energy that God has placed in each of us, and work to develop your talent to the fullest. May your life be lived with respect for all, recognizing the dignity of your own being and the dignity of all. May it be lived in such a way that you use your talents to benefit our world. Congratulations and God's blessings, graduates of St. Rose High School, class of 2019.
It is now my pleasure to present the graduating class of 2019. I would ask that you hold your applause to the end, as we want to ensure that each and every student's family and guest can hear their graduate's name. Nico Pascal Andino, legacy. Ryan William Giro, legacy. Zachary Lee Alseca, legacy. Jennifer Joan Bassett. Matthew Lawrence Orlenza, legacy. Dylan Christopher Grow, legacy. Taylor Margaret Landau. Samantha Nicole Mikos. Anna Adele Nardelli. Maria Michaela Wong. Angelo Costa. Christian Thomas Amato. Matthew William Amato. Kaylee Ann Apple. Jamie Marie Bassi. Francis Leonard Leza IV, legacy. Julia Catherine Ann Bennell. Joseph Robert Blaze, legacy. Anthony Von Macy. Kate Miranda Burr, legacy. Shannon Marie Brown. Robert Nicholas Bryant. Leanne Rose Byer. Jonathan Gordon Caputo, legacy. Jack Richard Chinnery, legacy. Gianna Grace Trezano, legacy. Fiona Elizabeth Singorano. Christopher Thomas Clayton, legacy. Marco Toledo Capuza, legacy. Callista Colbert. Brendan Sullivan Constantine, legacy. Connor John Core, legacy. Mae Catherine Cosgrove. Kelly Ann Crimes. Genevieve Mary Dinch. Emily Sheridan Davenport, legacy. Dylan Matthew Becker. Giovanni DeFalco legacy. Jeffrey Thomas DeFazio legacy. Jordan Marie DiFilippo. Dasha Bruni Delva. Gianna Therese DeMayo legacy. Matthew Michael DeVita. Aaron Evelyn Doran. Luke Robert Bay. Zachary Armitage Fairhurst. Alex Charles Patenko. Jack Wilton Ferrante. Patrick Robert Ferrante. Shane Michael Force legacy. Nicholas Ivan Rolano. Megan Catherine Freeman. Michael Sean Coleman legacy. Mark William Burr. Tara Christine Glover. Emma Catherine Poole. Mary Bridget Gowan legacy. Andrew Robert Holmes legacy. Tyler Carolyn Martis. Brenna Mary Harrell legacy. Jillian Elizabeth Aslip legacy. Robert James Hendricks legacy.
Angela Marie Vicky legacy. Lauren Elizabeth Vicky. Abby Nicole Jacobs. Michael Killian Jarmer. Howlin Jim. Fiona Davy Jordan legacy. Joseph James Kelly. Emily Jean Caniston legacy. Brendan Emmett Kenny legacy. Emily Rebecca Langkow. Sarah Grace Lamoni legacy. Leo Lynn. Lauren Ann Lithgow. Travis Long legacy. Alec John Lopes. Michael Robert Mahan legacy. William Charles Murphy, legacy. Alexander Anderson Nappy. Kavita O'Keefe. Matthew James Pagano. Evan Sebastian Peak. Carmela Marie Pescatore. Ria Michelle Pierre. Victoria Reish. Nicholas James Reichert. Luke Robert Ramel. Michael Anthony Robity. Liam Christopher Rogers. Robert Martin Rothery. Timothy Christopher Shaw, legacy. Brady Robert Shea. Joelle Nicole Smargiassi. Anna Elizabeth Rose Southwell. Darby Christine Spino. Margaret Tipper Stapleton. Ivory Lee Thrush, legacy. Matthew Ralph Tiernan, legacy. Jared James Toth. Anna Kate Turning. Joseph Richard Ersbrook. Noelle Barbara Ventura, legacy. Juliana Vivencio. Emily Grace Walker. Evan Joseph Walters. Jada Lenice Whedon. Lillian Winchester, legacy. Victoria Paige Zawada. Jinyoung Jung. Thomas Anthony Zoino, legacy.
Let's give a round of applause to the class. Brendan will lead you in the final step in your graduation from St. Rose High School. We'll have the tassel turning ceremony. The movement of the tassel from the right to the left indicates matriculation. Brendan, please lead the class. At this time, I would ask Father Chris to come
Gracious and loving God, we ask now for your almighty hand to be upon our graduates as they and their families celebrate this great milestone. May they find comfort from St. Rose High School's continued embrace and support as they journey through life. May they find strength in the excellence of their academic preparation. Bless their lives from this day on with goodness and success. Enable them to stay true to their dreams for your greater glory, to discern what is right, good, and just, and to use their gifts wisely and in service to others. Empower them to walk into the future with faith, hope, and great love, guided by your light, so that they may use their talents to, in the words of St. Catherine of Siena, be who God intended you to be and to set the world on fire. We ask all these things through Christ our Lord. Amen. The Lord be with you. May Almighty God bless you all, the Father, the Son, and the